Welcome to the Plus Sides Live
Hello.
podcast.
Hello.
Hello. How is everybody doing
Howdy,
this week?
everybody.
Doing good. How are you all?
You
Very
know,
good.
I'm
You
mostly
know.
good. I'm mostly good. I 12.5 today, so I'm a little sleepy, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Well, I am tinning today. So
Tanning.
yeah, I
Yeah.
am tinning and
I can tell. This is
can
what that's what
you?
it looks like when you're 10ing or you're 12.5 or whatever. You're just like,
You're like, yeah. Yeah.
Do
I'm
you guys
here.
are you guys both Friday shot day?
I am now. Yeah. I needed to because of I find that 2 days after the
Yeah.
injection, that 2 days after is when I get like really tired. And so
Got it.
I'm like, so
So
if
that
I do
needs to
it
be Sunday.
Friday, then by Monday, I'm like, right, because I gotta hustle. Like I ain't got that kind of life, like where I can like, I mean, nobody really does. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
life ain't for that. So I can't have
Yeah.
that.
I'm a Wednesday shot girl. So I
How are
started on
you?
Wednesday without I didn't plan it. It's just I
Yeah.
picked my Mounjaro up on Tuesday night and I was like, I want to start tomorrow. And so I ended up being Wednesday and it's been a blessing because
Yeah.
for me, and everybody's different, but for me, I have suppression all the way through the next
Oh.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's great.
So
Really?
yeah, I
Yeah.
still have those times, the week that I had that Friday where I felt crummy on 12.5. So I still have
Yeah.
times, but it's not every week. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
there's hope for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes.
Well, speaking of, if people haven't joined the live before, they may not know that Lydia is now part of the Plus Sides crew. She helps us with our social media management. So, huzzah, huzzah. Such a
Thank you
big get for
guys.
us. We needed help because we have to scale since we've been
Hurrah,
exploding.
hurrah.
Hurrah,
Thank you
hurrah.
guys for
We're
trusting me
so
with
glad
that.
to
I really
have you.
appreciate it.
Of
I'm so happy to
course.
just contribute and help out. And
Yes.
so
We
thank you guys.
appreciate that. The contribution and the
Yeah.
community effort is so important.
Yes.
And like legitimately, that's how this all got started. And that's what my company does that I work for. I learned there and all the amazing things my company's been able to do because of this type of motion, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
working together and people owning different parts and people contributing and being passionate about something. And it may take a little bit longer sometimes, but like the outcome is always really beautiful, you know? And
Yeah,
I think being able to apply that here has made it pretty beautiful, you know?
I agree.
So
Everybody
I'm
has something
excited.
different to add, right?
Yes, the different
Yeah.
perspectives is just really important. So
Yeah.
anyway, I know JT can only stay for about 30 minutes, but I want to make sure to introduce you to, we don't have our lovely cat tonight. There will be no cat's corner,
No
but
cat's corner.
but it's all good. It's all good because we have Lydia. And
Yeah.
our special guest tonight is going to be, um, I won't tell yet. Let's don't tell yet.
Okay. Okay.
In case people didn't see the promo. Okay. It's cool. We'll get it fixed. I'll get it fixed. All right, I gotta go check to the chat. We gotta make sure we're paying attention. Hey everybody. We see you.
Oh,
All
Connie,
right.
I
Hey,
see
hey,
you.
hey, hey, hey.
Connie is like an extra special guest in the chat because she's traveling to Tennessee and she's watching us like she's a passenger in the car.
Oh,
She's watching us
Oh
from
my
the car.
gosh.
She's
Connie.
that
Thank
dedicated.
Oh,
you.
she's a super fan. I love it.
That's my cousin. She's my
Oh,
cousin,
hello,
like in real
cousin.
life. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
she's
talked about her in
amazing.
your story,
I
right? On your
love
She's
community
great.
story.
you.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Tonight we're gonna have JT on to do her segment, and then she's gonna have to dash because she ain't feeling so shiny, and she's got some things to do. So that's cool. We want her to come hang with us for a little while. I know, sad face, but we got to. That's why we do this.
I'm
Is why
like,
it's a community effort because people have lives and people go 10 in and people go 12.5, and then sometimes it just happens. We got to help
10
each
in,
other out. We got to help
12.5
each
in,
other
15 in,
out.
all look,
Yes,
all of that. And
all of
thank you
that,
all for being, so supportive with that because
of
I have
course.
been fine. And
Yeah.
I don't know, but today it's like,
Yeah, I get it.
you know,
It's like that, this medicine. Just one day you're like,
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
some days are just like that, man. Like some days you feel like you can conquer the planet. Like you
yes,
can get
most
all the
days.
things done. That
Most
those
days I'm
days where you
like,
can
I've
make
got
like
this.
8 to-do lists and you can get them all done and
Yes.
cross off all the things. And then other days you're just like, okay, I just need a nap. And I just don't want a life
Don't do
today.
it.
yeah.
Don't do it.
Sorry.
Can't
See,
fall asleep on our audience. Okay,
see,
okay.
see, sorry, but We so can't. I'm looking, Mickey Lynn. She said, "Hey y'all, I just started this journey and I'm in the Atlanta area too. So
I've met
hello."
some more Atlanta
Awesome.
people. We're gonna have to do Atlanta get together. It's gonna have to happen. We are
Yes.
going to Nashville. If you guys don't know, Plus Sides is going to Nashville.
Yes.
So the Nashville event that's gonna be happening in the first weekend, like long weekend of October.
Mhm.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be filming live. We're gonna be doing lots of stuff. We'll be doing YouTube lives, we'll be doing TikTok lives, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be a really good time. So we hope
it is.
that you can
It
come
is.
if you're interested and you're part of our community, not if you're a rando stranger.
If you're a
Oh,
random
I just lost
stranger,
Lydia. Oh no.
oh,
She'll be back.
okay.
She'll be back. We're gonna do tea time.
Lydia's coming back.
Yeah, she's gonna come back. It's gonna happen because it's so there she is. She's fine. Put her back. Bam.
sorry.
Sometimes it happens. It's cool. It happens sometimes. It's cool. It's
Stuff,
cool. It's cool. We're gonna
stuff
do tea
happens.
time and then we'll go on. Okay.
Got it.
All right, hang time. Ready? And it's GLP-1 tea time with Jernine. The EE Jernine. You need a jingle. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Am I echoing?
It was me. You're good.
Oh, stop.
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay. I was just like, wait a
Quit it.
minute. I am here.
Sorry, I'm new to this.
Reverb.
It's cool.
It's
This is not my thing.
Listen, it's not our thing either. We mess up all the time. Like
We do.
we're all that's why when people say ugly things I'm like, you don't understand. We're volunteers. Like, go
Right.
away, mean person.
We're learning like everyone else. You know what I tell
Exactly.
people when people are like super overcritical on
Yeah.
because I do TikTok. When
Yeah.
people are super critical about TikTok, I'm like, start sharing your stuff. See how easy
Yeah.
it is. Because
Yeah.
it's not.
Totally.
It is far from easy. Really?
Stop it. It's way too
You
early
guys
for
are-
this.
Really?
I know.
Really?
Okay. JT, there has been
Yes.
tea. Tell us
I
the
know.
tea, JT.
I know. I feel like
time with
tea
JT.
time with Jernine. Every week, I feel like it is The Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, and General Hospital, like all
Totally.
wrapped into one.
Always.
Because, if who would have known 3 or 4 months ago that the GLP-1 community would be where we are today?
Okay.
Because it was in an uproar then.
Yes.
So it was first, I
Intellectualize.
know it was reported on Thursday by
Mhm.
Endpoint magazine that Blue Cross Blue Shield of California they are dropping CVS Caremark as their pharmacy benefits manager. So this is kind of a big deal because because in a nutshell, I mean, CVS Caremark is the largest pharmacy benefits manager
Are
in the
they?
nation.
I figured, but I didn't
believe
know.
so. And
If
then
they're not they're one of the for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Express Scripts, then you have Optum RX. So they're pretty powerful. And so Blue Cross Blue Shield of California said, well, you know what? They actually started this process in 2019. So it's been in the works for a minute. The California legislature had passed legislation where they were like, prescription drug cost need to be lowered. They need to come down, and there has to be more transparency with prescription drug cost pricing. So Blue Cross Blue Shield said, okay, well, we've got to make some changes. And so they just recently announced that CVS Caremark will no longer be their pharmacy benefits manager effective in the year 2025. However, CVS Caremark will still handle like specialty medications. So we're not sure what specialty medications they're referring to. Blue Cross Blue Shield of California is teaming up. They're going to be using 5 different companies, but 2 of the 5 are Amazon pharmacy. If you're not aware, Amazon has set up their own they've had their own pharmacy. They've set up like Amazon Medical. So it's
Are
gonna
they a PBM?
they
Not yet.
they are not a PBM yet. No. Look,
But I
no.
honestly like the way that Jeff Bezos' mind
That's
works.
some
I'm
early
wondering
tea-
if he's
tea
going
time.
that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
And
that's where you make money in the prescription industry is through PBMs. I'm hoping Congress will like squash that, but so
Dear
far
God,
that's
let's
where you
hope
make
so.
money. Yeah.
They at least need to be regulated. Like, you know,
I
like,
am
at
wondering
least.
because
Sorry.
no. Please, let's talk
The
about
banter.
it.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about it. Oh,
because think about it. Amazon has completely changed the retail wholesale marketplace. Totally
And they're
changed.
good. They're really good. I haven't been
And
able to get
that's
my
the
Mounjaro
thing.
filled yet, but I got my other prescriptions filled. Literally, I ordered them at 10 o'clock at night, Janine, and they were at my house by noon the next day. And they came
Oh
from
gosh.
Arizona. Like,
Yeah.
that's how quick they were. It was
Yeah.
insane.
And they're efficient like crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
think about it. You've got CVS pharmacies or CVS corporate is laying off 10,000 employees.
Are they really?
10,000. Yes. And
I
they're
wonder what
saying that
percentage
it's
that
not.
is.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was thinking, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I was
no,
thinking,
no,
wonder
no.
what percentage of employees that is. I wonder if it's like 10
Yeah.
or if it's like 2.
I
don't know
did
how big
not
it is.
get that number. All I got was the 10,000. And
Okay.
they said that it would not directly affect customers. They've already cut back on staffing in the retail space. So I don't know if you all have been into a CVS lately, but there may be 2 people working the entire store. That's it, 2. And they really are highly suggesting that you use self-checkout. You have to like call for someone if you have any issues
Goodness.
because they've got like 15, 20 other things going on. They're trying to put stock out. They're trying to do markdowns. They're trying to move merchandise. Yeah. And then the pharmacy is, CVS pharmacy is crazy busy. That's my pharmacy. I'm surprised that they even were able to fill my Mounjaro prescription this time. I thought for sure I was going to have it transferred to my mom and pop. But I'm like, what? You all were able to fill it?
Yeah.
Really? No.
Right.
As opposed to like Lydia said with Amazon, they're very efficient. So Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be using Amazon Pharmacy and for the delivery.
And which Blue Cross is this again? Did you say what was the state?
In California.
California. Yeah.
Wow.
And then they're going to use Mark Cuban's company. And I'm so sorry. I don't want
I'm a fan.
Look down.
I'm a fan.
And yes, and for more transparent pricing for prescription medications. So all eyes are on California as always, because now if this model works, everybody's watching. Other state governments are watching. Private insurers like the company I work for, we are self-insured. The company you work for is self-insured.
Yes.
Everybody's watching this to see how this plays out, because if it's successful, you better believe that it's going to roll out across the country.
I'm gonna need my company to do right, because I kind of made a big deal out of how they've been doing it right. And when January rolls around, I best not be disappointed. because
because
that will embarrass everybody.
But I believe they're going to do it right. Open enrollment is right around the corner. So
I do think there are certain companies that value employees highly, and then I think there are a lot that don't. And I would say that my company is one of them. And so I'm choosing to believe that it's going to be okay.
The company that I used to work, or that I work for now, used to be like that, and then we merged. And
Merged.
yeah, we merged and things changed a lot. They used to
Yep.
be very employee environment and keeping employees happy and keeping them healthy, and the
Yeah.
employees were the bottom line, because if you fed into the employee, you were feeding into the main goal, the main mission, you know.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
since the merger, that's changed a lot.
Yeah.
It still has a little bit of that feel, so you still feel part of the family, right? But not
Yeah.
the drive's not there like it used to be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the whole like synergy of the company changes. It does. The company I work for, we bought out another company, and it was rough at first. It was just like, who are these people? And then they didn't like us, and we were just like, we just want to make peace. So
no, I get it. I mean, I'm the
Yeah.
queen of late stage cybersecurity startups. Like, I made a move to Big Box during the Great Resignation, and it's been quite a shift. But it is a wonderful company with a lot of integrity, and so I choose that they are mostly good, and they've taught me some good skills, too, and about open source and community and all these different things like that I learned there that I'm applying here, which is awesome. But the one thing I'll say is that when I was doing this before, when I was in the land of like late stage startups, like M&A, that's why it's exactly what happened with Sequence, right? When Weight Watchers acquired Sequence, it was all, nothing's gonna change. That's what we always say. This is like the playbook.
We
and
knew
then
better.
30 days later, you're like, actually, it's better together. 30 days later, here's how everything is going to change. Like, it's just how it is, and sometimes you can come out of that okay, but I would say out of the 4 times I went through that, it was always awful. It was always awful.
Well, you know what, Kim, you called it, because I remember watching some like news channel, and I remember when Join Sequence and Weight Watchers merged, or pretty much Weight Watchers bought out Join Sequence.
Oh yeah.
And I remember saying to myself, did anybody else pick up what he just said? And I believe it was the CFO or the COO. And he said, in order, he was talking about the, dietary programs, everything but a GLP-1. The GLP-1 was the very last bullet point that he touched upon. And he said, and then, after that, we have this. So pretty much we're going to take you through all of this. Remember what we talked about last week about how companies are not going to be covering GLP-1s. They're going to be using these alternate methods of, either if you want a GLP-1, you've got to enroll in this lifestyle program, or we're not covering it all, or it's just for, certain comorbidities and illnesses. Yeah. And I remember I looked at the television and I said, did anybody else just catch that? And so semaglutide was at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom. So it wasn't like, okay, but so it's like, okay, I'm going to have to jump through all of these hoops just to get a medication, just so you can check the boxes. That's what it seemed like to me. I am not saying that that's how it is, but that's what it seemed like to me. So.
Oh no, that's how it is. They basically adopted the Weight Watchers model of like, try all the things. Let's keep going down these stair steps of white knuckle, white knuckle, white knuckle, white knuckle. Well, we know we have this thing down here that we know works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that one company that that Lisa brought up this week, that's like trying to get in and be like, basically, I mean, it's basically Weight Watchers, and they looked it up. The one that would, like, their whole goal is to reverse type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
You can't reverse it. You can treat it and keep it in a decent place, but it will return because it is a chronic disease. So the fact that they're completely against science, and here's the thing, one of the people responded and said, it's freaking keto. That's what they're doing. It's like planning and keto. Oh, well, hey, I guess that's the answer. Keto's the answer to freaking obesity. It's a bananas. I swanny. And they're like probably between 2 and 500 per people company. They gained their raise 2 years ago was about 133 million, I want to say. So it was a really big raise for a late stage startup, late stage venture. It really was. And so that's what they're trying to do to come to market with. And it sounds like that's what the niche they're trying to get into. Hey, PBMs, we can help you out. It's all about keto. What the crap? No. No.
It is all about the food. The company I work for,
Let's fix the food with the food.
We already almost have that. We get rewards for if you sign up with a gym, or if you do this particular test, we do get health rewards. Now, a lot of them are screenings, which are things that I already get. So that I get. Now, I know for my prior authorization, you all know mine is coming up for renewal in January.
Oh, really? They make you do it again?
Yeah.
Because you're less type 2 diabetic than you were a year ago. What the crap?
I still can't believe they make you do a PA for a type 2 diabetic for a type 2 diabetic medication. That makes no sense. Look, I can see me, because I'm not a type 2 diabetic. I can see me all day. They want to see all the medical information, all the tests. They want the doctor to justify it. Like, I get that. I totally jive with that. But you're a type 2 diabetic. This is a type 2 diabetes medication.
Nope.
It's so crazy.
Anything they can do to get it paying.
They wanted it. And so now, not just type 2 diabetics, but for those of us that required a prior authorization. And we're already seeing community members now saying that their pharmacy benefits managers, some representatives are telling them, well, you're not a type 2 diabetic anymore. Your A1C is now a 5.2, let's say, for example.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's because it's controlled. My A1C has been very stubborn, and I've been very open about that. And today has actually been, and I don't know what it is, but I was kind of in my feels today, and I looked, and I didn't even realize I had Judy Blue jeans, and I actually have 2 pair. I didn't even realize it. I was just like,
because they're so comfortable.
Right.
They're amazing.
They
are amazing.
They are utterly amazing.
I'm creeping over to Team Risen, though. I'm not gonna lie. Risen,
really?
Those are good too. Risen are good too. And there's another brand called Vervet that is.
I've heard.
They're actually made by the same manufacturer that makes Judy Blues, and they're very they're very similar. I don't know.
But they are star Judy Blue like that.
No, Judy Blue's amazing. No.
Okay.
Listen to me, girl. Judy Blue. Listen, I will go get the stack of Judy Blues I have, girl. Okay. I cleaned out my closet last weekend. I'm not exaggerating. I have 49 pair of Judy Blue jeans.
Girl,
that does not even count. That does, girl. That does not even count my shorts.
Oh my goodness.
Because I got the shorts too. But Vervet is made by the same manufacturer, but they have more cotton in them, and so they don't stretch quite as much, but they have like better like bounce back. Like sometimes when you wear, like if you wear Judy Blues 2 days in a row, they'll get a little loose on you, like
they do. Yeah.
Vervet doesn't do that.
Cool. I want to try them.
Ooh,
challenge accepted.
Nah, that's funny.
see, and I literally looked at the pair of Judy Blues, and I started getting emotional because I looked, and they're a size 15, 32, and those were actually starting to get too small.
Yeah.
No one believes me when I tell them.
Yeah. I've seen your pictures. I believe you.
and they're like, no way. I'm like, yes way. Even my mom, but I started getting emotional because I said, you know what? And maybe subconsciously I've been putting it off, but I'm like, I think I'm going to really have to clean out my closet now. And I don't know. It's
very freeing.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if anyone else has gone through that. And I'm like, what is wrong with me?
No,
Why
I have.
am I in my
I still have
field?
more to do. Oh, I was in my field too, JT. It's totally fine.
Yes.
Like it's I also think that it's a part of like, and this is me, but like I think that like when I look back, I'm like, but what if I gain the weight back? What am I gonna do? What will I
You
do
know
if I don't
what?
have my fat pants? Like, what do I do if I don't have
I think
these clothes?
that might be
And
subconscious.
I didn't even like the clothes to begin with. I was hiding. I was wearing yoga pants all the time, like in t-shirts. Like,
Yes.
but for some reason, letting them go, I had to put them in a big bag and give them to my husband and have them take them to donate them because I could not do it. And it wasn't because I was emotionally attached to them. It's what it meant by letting go of all that. And I'm glad that I did, but I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah.
Like the feels are real, you know?
They are.
Okay.
You guys must have missed my video. So I did
Yeah.
a closet clean out last Saturday.
Oh, I
got
must
off
have
work.
missed it.
I got off work and I was
did
like, you know
miss
what?
it.
I'm tired of looking at all this crap in my closet that I don't wear. I know most of it's
Yeah.
too big. I was floored. I pulled out a sweater that I've only worn 2 times, and I wore it actually on like a date night with my husband. We went to go see Angela Johnson's comedy show here in Wichita. And I knew I had a photo of the two of us together on that night. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try this on. I'm going to see how it fits me different. Girl, it's
Yeah.
a dress. It's a dress.
I saw
It's
that.
a dress.
I saw that.
Shirt.
And, I was
And
like, oh
and
my
I
God.
posted the
Yeah.
video, or I posted the still shot of me and Clint standing in front of the cotillion after the show, and it was like very tight and fitted on me, which is not supposed to fit that way. And it was tight and sort of fitted, and it looked completely different. That was a different human being in that shirt. And like that, like that was the biggest high I've ever had in my whole life. Like that was like,
That's
it
a cool
felt
one.
so good, and it felt good to like sort of get rid of the things that were like way too
Yeah.
big and I was never going to wear again. It felt good to find sweaters that I can now wear as like my comfy clothes and my kind of hanging out at the house clothes. You know, they're not tight anymore. So I kept a few of those things, but it did feel good to sort of, and I needed help too. Like, don't get down on yourself about that. Cause a lot of my stuff, I was like, oh, this stuff will fit my sister-in-law. Like, and she's on a weight loss journey herself too. And so she's kind of like buying new clothes as she's getting a little smaller. And she had texted me like the same day, ironically. And she's like, Lydia, I just figured out I'm at your starting weight. When you started Ozempic, I'm at your starting weight right now. And so in my head, I went, okay, great. I'm going to put all this stuff in a basket and I'm going to get it to her. And so like, I have that feeling too. Like, I don't ever want to waste anything. I don't ever want to, it has to have a purpose. If it's leaving, it's got to have a purpose. Right. So
You're right.
Don't get down on yourself about that. Sometimes we all need help with that.
You know what? Thank you all, because I truly was like, what is going on? Like, and this is the second day in a row that tears started to well up. Like, I almost started crying at my doctor's office. Like, what the heck is wrong?
It's like you're on the other side of this new life, and there's
it's
not
a true
there's
out
no
of body
going back.
experience.
Yeah,
It's an out of body experience. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
people don't understand until you get there, and then when you start doing it, like, because I held off as long as I could until the seasons changed and it was sweltering, and I was like, I gotta get some clothes. You know? And then I was like, my house is not big, and so I was like, I gotta do something. I ain't no room for all this. And then only recently have I been like, you know what? I need to connect with my body. I'm gonna buy some clothes. I'm gonna enjoy this moment. You know, and if I end up selling them later on Poshmark or something, then I do.
It's a series of moments, because I remember when was it, last month I went to Target, and I may post it and just be like, this was my first time actually going into a store and purchasing clothes that were smaller. And I immediately reached for the large, an extra large, immediately. And I had to stop. And I said, wait a minute, Janine, that probably won't fit. But I still took it back to the fitting room. Yeah. And when I tried it on, I was like, yeah, it doesn't. And then I said, okay.
Like, you have to physically see yourself swimming in it to know. Yeah.
It was like,
that's bizarre, isn't it?
Okay.
It's the opposite of putting on something and going, oh, you know, it's too small. It's like, and it's
good point.
That is
absolutely
not something.
Good point.
Like, that's not something that I felt ever.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Yeah.
I had a sort of a similar experience, like not at the store, but like shopping online. I ordered some t-shirts and they're hilarious. I'll send them to you guys in text. I'll never share what they say on the podcast because they're like completely inappropriate.
I love statement tees.
Me too. So I
love
was shopping for these tees on TikTok shop, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna order. So in women's t-shirts, I always wore a 2X because I've always been very chesty. I've always been very broad
Mhm.
on the shoulder. So
them.
even when I wasn't super big in the tummy, I still needed a 2X for that. Oh, I don't anymore.
Oh, yeah?
And then when I
Really?
was getting these t-shirts, I was like, oh, well, wait, are these men's or women's sizes? Oh, they're men's sizes. Oh, I'll just get an X. Wait a minute. I don't need an XL.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Right.
I think maybe I need a medium. And I ordered a
Yeah.
medium for the first time ever. And it felt
Oh my
so good.
gosh.
Are
It
you
felt so
serious?
good.
Crazy, babe.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
A
That
men's
must feel so
medium. Don't get me
cool.
wrong. I'm not in a ladies'
No,
medium.
no.
I'm not there
Whatever.
yet. But still,
Whatever.
that felt really good
Look,
because 2 years
a
ago, I was
medium's a
wearing it between
medium.
an XL and a 2XL. Like,
Yeah.
that's a big change.
It's a
That
huge change.
It's freaky, but it's a
Yeah.
change.
You know what? That is so that's so amazing because all three of us are on Mounjaro.
Yeah.
But that's the perfect segue of the second T was Wegovy. We know Novo Nordisk, bless their hearts.
Bless
They bless their whole heart. They are talking about Wegovy. So if you are currently on Wegovy, Novo Nordisk did send out an email, and I did post it on TikTok where they are now updating you on stock levels of any dose, but especially their higher doses. So the email did state that patients on Wegovy should still expect intermittent shortages, but they are working to get more product here. We're starting to see that now that the, one and the the higher doses of Wegovy are now starting to become available slowly but surely, almost like Mounjaro. Like now we're starting to see the 10s, the 12.5s and the 15s that are coming available. So thus, like 12.5, I couldn't believe that it was able to be filled and I didn't have to wait like a week and a half to a month. So
Me too.
I was amazed at that. So that happened.
Speaking of 12.5.
See? Yeah. 12.5 and 10. It's just like, okay. Look, the 10 is 10ing. But the last piece of info was that hold on one second, and I want to make sure that I say this correctly because you all know that I have to be right. But we are now seeing, and I posted this also, where the Dr. Michael Albert he just posted something today where it's now talking about liraglutide, which is
Saxenda victosa.
Saxenda victosa. So the liraglutide is now shown to benefit the brain and benefit the reward center. So it's almost like
Finally.
we are seeing more and more benefits of GLP-1 medication. So
you know what we see, JT? We see the plus sides of GLP-1. See what I did there?
Wait a minute. There we go. Yes. Look,
Pick up what I'm putting down.
I saw what you did there. And yes, so liraglutide, and then and again, Trulicity has come back into the conversation.
Yeah.
We're finding more.
I think they have to because they're offering it for step therapy.
Yes. So more scripts are being written for Trulicity. If you listened to the Eli Lilly earnings call, they talked about Trulicity. Yeah. And I mean, yes, obviously they talked about Mounjaro, but they really talked about Trulicity. I'm finding, and I think Lydia, I'm not sure if you and Kim are finding that in your lives, more people are on Trulicity and more people are on Saxenda, even though Saxenda is on severe shortage. I did post that also. That is supposed to go into 2024. But here's what I learned. So when a medication is close to coming off of patent, correct? Just like Saxenda.
I think it's
Victoza.
actually Victoza. I don't think
I'm
Saxenda
sorry,
does.
Victoza. When a medication is close to coming off of patent,
Yeah.
you really can't find it. Okay. And then, but you still have a plethora of patients that are on this med, i.e. Dimista, the nose spray. It's a mixture of everything. It's like it was the Cadillac of nose sprays for those of us that, have allergy sinus issues. For the past 4 months, my mom and I could not find it. Like, what's going on with Dimista? Ear, nose, and throat doctor says, oh yeah, Dimista is about to come off of patent.
Oh.
So whenever that happens, the drug manufacturer cuts production. They don't stop it. They just cut the production because they're going to have,
because they'll still have
generic.
name brand available. They'll still have
Correct.
name brand,
but it just won't be as much because you'll have
they know the demand will be a lot less.
Exactly. So I'm in the doctor's office like,
I'm so curious how much it'll cost. I can't even, like, what in the world will it cost?
I am beyond.
It'll certainly get on formularies pretty quickly if it's generic and a decent price. You know what I mean?
And that can be a great.
And maybe they can add that together with the keto plan or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that'll be
that's
like
the answer.
Earth-shattering. That'll be earth-shattering. But that is the GLP-1
tea
with
some good tea today.
The tea has been spilt and it is piping.
It is piping. I love it.
Yes, it is. It is piping. It's piping hot.
I love it.
Well, JT, if you want to go so you can go rest and feel better, you can. And of course, you'll be on the plus sides next week, so everybody can see you there. And she's on TikTok. It's the EE Journey, and you can find her. The Mounjaro flight attendant. Yes. And then what's your Facebook group? What's your Facebook group, JT? What's it called?
Well, the Facebook group is only for the flight attendant.
That's right.
I know, but
if you're a flight attendant,
yes, if you're a flight attendant. But I did a thing today, ladies. I did a thing today. I started a Discord channel because if you notice, if you go into Creator Tools and then you go to Live, if you go to the Live, Creator Tools and then Live, you'll see, if you look at your members in the upper right-hand corner, there's the Discord symbol. But I couldn't pair it. I'll try to, but I just did a Discord. So it's like nothing big. It's just like another.
I'll give you a piece of advice about Discord. Hold on to the reins as closely as you possibly can, because Discord can go off the rails like that.
Okay.
It's nuts. People people lose their minds on Discord. That's all I'll say. But people will lose their minds.
People lost their minds on Reddit.
I think they lose their minds.
Discord essentially is just like Reddit.
Oh, really?
You have, like, instead of like people making like their own kind of like threads of things, like you make the threads in the groups of like what the conversations are in each thing, and I can kind of show you how to do that. But
Louis, people just like Reddit.
People just, they're people that you like know really well become like a whole different person on Discord. So just like I said, just hold the reins tight.
Look,
and you'll be okay. Like that nurse April has a Discord, and her Discord, everybody is very polite and but still very open, and everything's good. But I think it's because she holds the reins super tight. Like she's like, this is how it is. These are the rules. This is what we're going to talk about. This we're not going to talk about. So just hold the reins tight, and you'll be good.
Well, I am very certain, Lydia.
Tay says she's got your back, Journey.
Yeah. There you go. Tay's got all of us, man.
Yes. Well, thank you, ladies. I will be lurking, but because I don't want to have an episode with Sjogren's.
No, we don't want that.
And my neuropathy has been acting up, and I'm just like, this is my second episode in like a week and a half, so I know.
Now you know what I'm going to say to you, even though I rarely follow this advice. You need to call your doctor. You need to call your doctor. You need to call your doctor.
Yeah.
Your
Look,
doctor will be happy to hear from you. You just saw them today, didn't you?
I saw my ear Lydia.
Oh, okay.
Wrong
I
doctor.
saw her yesterday, and then I saw my telehealth, who's like super proud of me,
Good.
on Wednesday. And again, she's like, we don't have any guidance for maintenance for Mounjaro. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, there's nothing.
there is nothing. There's
It's all us
absolutely
figuring it out.
nothing. So she
See,
said,
like, shouldn't
Julie,
Eli Lilly give us a discount since we're all the guinea pigs?
I mean,
Like,
right?
shouldn't we get like the special guinea
You
pig savings card?
think that they would, because now I'm wondering that once the weight management obesity indication comes through, will they then give guidance for maintenance? Because I guess you really can't do that now, but I wonder if they'll give it then, because Novo Nordisk has given guidance for maintenance for semaglutide, semaglutide,
Yeah.
but Eli Lilly has not. And so for those of us that are within range and will probably reach it pretty soon, it's kind of like, well,
Yeah.
But like, shouldn't
what
they
do you
still
do?
have like maintenance guidance for type 2 diabetics who started in the high range A1C
sure.
and then now they're in like, they're in the lower
Yeah.
ranges of their A1C. There should be guidance for those people too, like not just
Yeah.
in the realm of weight,
Look,
Yeah.
but there's nothing.
Well, they put out
Absolutely
something
not.
for Wegovy. That's what if you guys don't follow Man on the Mounjaro here on YouTube and
Man
TikTok,
on
you
the Mounjaro,
should.
Dave Knapp.
Dave Knapp. Yep. Dave was saying that there had just been guidance
Mhm.
from the FDA on Wegovy and that it was 1.7 for
0.7.
maintenance or 2.4.
2.4.
So the higher doses are what they're suggesting for maintenance.
Right.
So that's for Wegovy. So it's like, okay, that's been out there a while now. Like Wegovy, I mean, Wegovy is,
But they're saying
but you know what I'm
that
saying? Like
weekly. But they're
Yeah.
saying that weekly, but then you have
Yeah.
so many people in the GLP-1 community who
Yeah.
don't inject, but maybe once to twice a
I don't,
month.
I am, that makes me so nervous. Like
Does
That will
it?
never be me. That will never be
I
me
don't,
because I would get
I would
so
rather
sick.
go on I would rather go on the lowest dose there
Mhm.
is every week than do I worry that my body will just stop working and then I'm starting it again and stop it and then I'm starting again. Like the whole idea of
Mhm.
that, unless there's like guidance, I just can't. That's a
Well,
new
Yeah,
thing, right?
I've
Well,
made
that's
up my
what my
mind that until the
PCP
guidance
said.
comes, until the guidance comes, I'm gonna do like if my doctor says okay, stay on this dose, minimum I'm doing like 10 days. Like I will do
Yeah.
no further than that
Me either.
because
Yeah.
my body would just freak out.
Yeah. For sure. Mine too.
Because eventually the food noise is going to come back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like you said, your body will probably freak out. Now we're thinking 2.5 weekly.
Yeah.
2.5 weekly, but here's the catch. People are still losing. A lot of people are still losing. And it's
On
like,
maintenance, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want
That's
to
what's
lose
sketchy
anymore.
to carry about the maintenance thing. Yeah.
You
And if you guys
know?
haven't seen the latest, or not, is it the latest episode of the Plus Sides? I think it is.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
It's the
It's next
episode
week.
from last week.
The episode from last week. So
Yeah.
that one, we talk with Kim, who has been to maintenance for quite a while now. She lost a lot of her weight very quickly. And she talks about the ups and downs and the swing arounds. And like, it's a good episode.
Yeah.
And then we talk with a dietitian about it, about like maintenance and food. What should our food look like when we're on maintenance, and how should we eat and how should we move and just things like that. And because it's different. It is no cakewalk and it is not boring. So
Mhm.
No.
check it out. We'll probably have several conversations about maintenance as we continue to
I
learn
think-
Oh,
more.
we gotta get with her. We need to figure out where to get those Mounjaro cups. We need those.
Oh, it's okay. I got it covered.
Yeah.
got
Oh,
you.
girl, that's
Look,
my girl.
Yeah. Yeah, Kim. Look,
It's
Kim
okay,
is
I've got
all
it covered.
over it. Kim is all
We're gonna
over it.
surprise. We're gonna do a little marketing together. We're gonna have some coupon codes.
I love it.
Look,
Working on it.
listen,
Yeah. It's all good.
people,
Everybody can have a Mounjaro cup.
people love, I mean, like the products that we use, the
Yeah.
weight loss journal. People are messaging me and they're like, I ordered it. I said, believe me, I wish I would have had this when I first started. I
Yeah.
wish I would have had it, because
Yeah.
I would have been like, and I
Yeah.
am a journal girl anyway.
Yeah.
So
I am not.
ladies, hold it down.
I love it. They're beautiful. I'm not a paper person. They're gorgeous. I'm just not a paper. Although Louis really wants one that isn't flowers. Oh, and Louis hit his goal. Did you hit your goal this week, Louis?
Louis
He
is
did.
in maintenance.
He hit goal and he's on maintenance. His doctor is
Yep.
prescribing Wegovy for maintenance.
Oh,
He was trying to do a PA for them to continue to cover Mounjaro for maintenance, but
Yeah.
so far it's like been like the baton death march trying to get them to
Oh my gosh.
answer. And so I think his initial was denied and he's trying to appeal, but I mean Wegovy's still fabulous medication.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you and I both can attest to semaglutide. Like it changed my life. It's a great medicine. Too. I think that as I've taken all of them, I've learned that they're all very good and they all kind of get you there, but some just get you there in a different way. You know,
I'm so glad I was so happy. My heart smiled the day you switched to Mounjaro because I was like, this is going to be so different for her. I'm so
I did stall. Like I did stall like really, really hard. And like I needed that extra. So hopefully it'll get me a little further, but it is kind of hard. Like, I don't know if you guys ever have this, but like sometimes I will be like, well, if I've lost 20% and JT sent me something about it today, if I've lost 20% of my weight, you know what I mean? At this point, can I lose any more? I don't know. Studies say no, but I don't know.
The studies say no, but think about all the people that you know that have lost more than 20%. I've lost more than 20% of my weight.
Yeah.
You I promise you know a ton of people that have lost way more than 20% of their body weight, and you'll be one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You will.
We'll see.
Ladies, I am going to be lurking, but I am going to make sure that I eat and I hydrate because I cannot have another neuropathy episode. I'm just like, I can't do it. But
rest your body.
I am. Thank you all so much. Love you, ladies. Hold it down.
We love you. We will.
And I'll meet you in the chat afterwards. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Help us keep up and help with the community if you can. If you feel like up to it. If you feel up to it.
Look.
Make sure we get the questions answered.
I can do that. Okay.
Our thumbs are ready.
Go rest.
Bye, JT.
Oh, yay. Well, the good news is you think it's just us, but it's not just us. It's not just us. What am I doing? I just drank electrolytes. I'm feeling better. Well, hopefully I have a little bit of a surprise, although somebody's camera's off and they should have it on.
That's where we give John one of these.
Knock, knock, knock. Was he asleep? I can't introduce you with your cameras off. Oh my gosh, this is alive. I have to call him on his cell phone. There he is. I just saw him pop on. You best be on. I'm about to announce you. Get on. Now you're all blacked out. I don't know what that. There you go. Get it situated. All right. Here we go. We got a special community guest.
There he is.
Hello. Welcome. Put your camera down a little. All I see is your little dog. Your little dog, too. Hi.
Don't pick on my little dog.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, it's a girl. Her name's
She's
Pixie.
So cute.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah, she's a savage.
That doesn't run in the family or anything, right?
Probably out of all the dogs, I feel like she's the most like me. She's like really sweet and really cute, but like she will cut your throat.
But like Mama Bear when she has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cute.
She is. She just got groomed, so she's like especially princess-like. Oh,
I don't like it. It's too short.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's very particular about her cut. It's adorable. Big men and little dogs. I don't know what it is. Oh, he loves her. Anyway, hey, John. So not everybody here knows you.
Well,
have you want to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're doing, what you have? Tell me how the girls are doing. Tell me what you are. What you up to? How's it going? How you here?
Well, I am Dinosaur Monkey Farts' husband, John. Or
Mr.
Bear.
Dinosaur Monkey Farts.
No. Aspie Bear. Aspie Redneck Bear. Okay.
Aspie Redneck Bear.
Okay. You can call the redneck part an insult if you want to. I don't. I'm proudly a redneck. Born and raised in the hills. Yep. Hunt, fish, do all that stuff. I was killing things before I was walking, so that's how it's supposed to be. I am here because of you. You got me on the GLP-1 medication route, and I have officially lost over 30 pounds as of when I weighed myself. What was that, Monday or Tuesday?
I don't know. You don't weigh yourself that often.
Yeah, I know. I weighed myself Monday or
Yeah,
Tuesday,
it
and
was just crazy.
I was under 330 pounds. It's like at 329 or 328, and I started this journey at 360 something.
360 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's really huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
And he was on the low doses a long time of,
yeah.
he was only on 1 milligram of
Yeah.
Ozempic, and then we switched him to Mounjaro because it was just kind of stalling out. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry. Okay. So blanket statement. I need to be careful in this moment because it's okay. So I'm obviously a big communicator, right? My husband is on the spectrum, and sometimes to help and aid him when we're together, because so he doesn't have to mask and so he's not as exhausted from things, I tend to sometimes take over for him and explain things for him. And this is an incident, right? We're an instance when we would not want that to happen. Right? We want him to have the space and take it. So I'm going to chillax and kick back. I'm just sort of recognizing it in myself, so that you can take the space and tell us your story.
Okay. So my story is kind of a combination of things. I didn't actually start gaining weight until I was in my 30s. If you actually ask Kim, I was skin and bones when she met me, but I ate constantly, but I worked all the time. I did constant physical labor. So I was always moving, lifting, burning off anything I ate. So I ate constantly just to fuel my body so that I could do the labor that I did. And then as I got older, we moved to Atlanta. I started getting desk jobs, but I kept eating the same way because I didn't know any different. And I started gaining the weight. And it didn't take long before I was over 250 pounds. And I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of look better. This isn't a big deal. And then before I knew it, 300 pounds and then 350 pounds. And I was just feeling bad about myself. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like the fact that I just let myself get that fat. And yeah, I have the opportunity to go to a gym and I've tried gym memberships, but because I am on the spectrum, all the noise at the gym is very difficult for me to deal with. And so going there to try to work out is just uncomfortable. So it's like I pay for a membership stupidly because I always forget that. I'm always like, no, I can go and I can do it because I did it when I was younger. When I was 17, 18, I went to the gym every morning before school. I'd spend 2 hours at the gym, then I'd go to school. And then, so I did it. So I why can't I do it now? But, it's a problem for me. So unfortunately, I can't do it. I spend so much time masking at work and, masking in situations such as this. So I'm tired. And you throw in that, all that noise and all those people and all the attitudes from the gym. And it's difficult to deal with. So the GLP-1 medication in the community and everything has been really beneficial to me, being able to take that and just increase my movement, decrease my need for food. Cause like I've never been what I would call a big eater. Like I don't eat a ton of food at one time. Normally my biggest thing is I'm a snacker. And people a lot of people on the spectrum, depending upon who you talk to, like we kind of fall in between one or two camps. We either have a really hard time eating, so we never eat, or we snack a lot like I do. Now I'm sure that there are people who, eat a ton too, but most people I know, they either don't eat or they snack a lot. So snacks are one of my cruxes. And being able to be on the medication, it really helps me not feel the need to snack. And it also helps with my addiction to caffeine. I don't have to drink as much caffeine because it kind of turns off that need. Like I still drink it because I have to stay awake because I'm tired because I mask, but it's there. So it helps. And I've been really thankful for it. And I've been really thankful for the fact that Kim really pushes me to make sure that I'm on it. She's, reminding me to make sure that my refill is ordered. Like we just got approved through Caremark to do, what was it, 3 months at a time, babe?
Yeah. It's a blessing.
Time. So she's been
Yes.
pushing me to
That's
double
awesome.
check with Kmart that my thing's ordered, and it is. So
Good.
you know now.
Good.
But like she keeps on top of me for that stuff because I
Me too.
don't remember it. Part of it is the fact that I'm tired, from doing everything all day. The other part of it is it's just when I do those things, I have to interact, and I don't want to interact. It's very tiring to do that, so I don't. My biggest thing for wanting to join the live is I really wanted to talk about watching Kim go through her journey on GLP-1 because I've been here the whole time, and we both talked to our nurse practitioner about weight loss, and Kim was the first one to want to take the leap because she's always had a problem with weight. Now I've always found her beautiful and attractive. Every weight that she's been. This is actually the thinnest that she's ever been that I've known her. So this is a very new look for me looking at my wife and being this size. But I've loved her through all of her sizes. So to me, it never mattered. But when she told me that she wasn't feeling good, that she wanted to lose it for her weight, and after talking to the doctor about it, the nurse practitioner, and they'd be like, yeah, this is something that, that will help. It helps a lot of people. We don't know if it'll help her, but it helps a lot of people. And one of the first things that I noticed about her journey wasn't the food noise, because of course I don't hear her food noise. What I noticed was her worry, her anxiety, the fact that she stopped having to download her entire day to me every day, and not just kind of like, just tell me about it, but tell me about it in very fine detail, and then attempt to troubleshoot it after it's already happened. That was the first thing I noticed stopped. And it went from it happened to all of a sudden she wasn't doing it anymore. But then I also noticed with that change, she stopped really wanting to watch TV or binge watch anything. So really, the switch that it flipped in her turned off almost all of her impulsivity. All of the things that she just naturally did like this all the time, because of impulse, she just stopped doing. And that was the coolest thing in the world to watch, because I saw her actually, for the most part, sitting in peace, or as close to peace as I've seen her sit in the 21 years that we've been together. So it was beautiful to see that. And then the weight would come off, and you'd see it in her face, you'd see it in her arms, but it was really watching her smile when she stepped on the scale, because she never did that before. And that was just the coolest thing. Just watching her get on there, watching her step on that scale, smile because another pound was down, another 2 pound was down. And then, she was doing the TikTok, and it's like, hey, I'm going to make this about, my journey. And then, making it about her journey and talking about it, and then talking to all of you wonderful women and men out there in the community who have just helped her feel good about herself, help her understand that the things that she's gone through, she's not alone in, that there have been other people that have done it, and that her journey, while it's unique and it's her journey, it's not unheard of. That everybody has very similar, symptoms. They have very similar reactions to the medication. Everybody kind of talks about the food noise being turned off. And just her knowing that exists, and it's not just her, it's been amazing to watch that. Like, that's been truly the most amazing thing. I don't know how many of you guys know it or not, but you guys have really helped her. You guys have really lifted her up. We talked.
She's really helped us and lifted us up too.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I know. And I think, but you guys should know what you guys have done for her. Like, we talked about the podcast. We talked about her doing this live. Like, we've had all different kinds of conversations between me and her about the different stuff to do, because she feels so much passion about this. But most of the passion doesn't come from what she's seen happen for her. The passion comes from what she sees with you guys. All of it. She loves watching you guys succeed. She loves showing you guys the new information. She loves ensuring that everybody has access to something. Like, none of this is fake with her. It's all very real. It's all very, very personal to her. And it's beautiful to watch. One, because I'm a husband and I just love to see it. Two, because I can't do the same thing. I don't have those thought processes. I don't have that empathy trigger. All of those things that she does naturally doesn't happen for me. So it's beautiful to watch it happen through her. It's beautiful to see it. And it's even more beautiful to see all of you guys react to it, to see everybody smiling, to see everybody, interacting with it. And then her and Rachel talking, and then even you, Lydia, and the thing happening in Tennessee, and just all of this growth around this one thing. And I know she's not the catalyst for all of it, but it's amazing to watch it through her eyes, because she is my partner. She's the person I see it all through. I don't pay attention to it too much for myself. I may weigh twice a month like that. That's, that's just me. But it's watching it through her. It's seeing all of it through her. And it's amazing. It really is.
That's your wife. She's amazing. She's an amazing human being.
I didn't see that coming.
John, you made everybody cry.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while I do that, and every now and then I know the right things to say,
I think what you said that meant a lot to me, honey, and that I don't think I ever realized it before. And this is where we bring in different perspectives, right? And that's why we care about different perspectives and on the podcast too, right? Is you said that you saw me sitting in peace. And I just thought, oh my God, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's I didn't have peace before.
Yeah.
I never had peace. And now I have peace. And it's why I'll take this medicine forever, as long as it's safe, even if I don't lose another pound. Because I can't be living in a tornado, or living in a, monsoon, or living like that. And that's what that was like in my brain, and now I don't have to do that anymore. And that is so freeing and empowering. And I just want everyone to feel like this. Sincerely. Yeah. Babe, you're killing me.
I think that's so cool. I'm so glad that you shared the spouse perspective and sort of seeing that change in your wife. Not just, the physical change, but the change in sort of, her brain, and how her brain is sort of processing the day, and just the change in maybe her habits and stuff like that. That's really cool, because we don't John, I don't know if you notice the changes in yourself, but it's hard to notice the things that change about yourself, right?
Yeah.
For me, I went to go see my sister for the first time in about a year over the summer, and just about a month and a half ago. And she said, Lydia, you just you finally have this switch now where you just don't care what other people think. And you never were like that before. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what it is. And she's like, it's something. And then on the way home, Clint said, Lydia, it's this kind of journey you've been on for the last years. I don't know if it's the medicine or the weight loss, or you just feel better about yourself and you feel like you deserve better or whatever. But yes, you've changed. I can see it, but I never saw that.
Yeah.
It's the confidence that allows that to happen. The one thing, I have a lot of introspectiveness because of how my brain works. I surprise my therapist with a lot of the things that I say about myself, because I do have a lot of that because I analyze so much. But having that confidence and just that awareness of yourself really helps with that. And seeing Kim achieve that has been amazing. And I can see how you achieve that. That's been something that I've always naturally had. Because of everything that I went through. Is just kind of like when you're bullied and you're picked on and you feel different your entire life, and there is no safe space for you because of what is happening with you inside your brain. You quickly, or at least I quickly learned to just be like, I am who I am. I dress the way I dress. I like things the way I like them. I wear sleeveless shirts all the time. I basically wear capris because I don't like my knees showing. All these weird, tics that I have, but I dress how I dress, and I'm happy with how I dress. and I'm happy with who I am, and it's a beautiful thing to do that, and it's beautiful that you've gotten there, Lydia, and you should be happy about that, and you should be.
Oh, I am. It's very freeing to
Yeah.
just not just go like, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, move on. You know,
get to stepping. Just go.
Yeah.
Do something with yourself. Change the channel. You don't have to pay attention to what I'm doing no more.
I've always cared way too much.
Me too.
I am just a big smush. Like, and I do feel like I'm just a smush.
It's not smush. It's people pleasing, y'all.
Listen, I was that way too, though. I think,
like
Kim, did you grow up in a small town in the South, or did you grow up in Atlanta?
No, I grew up in like the burbs of Atlanta. So, but I was always big, Lydia. Like I was a big baby. I was a big kid. I really think that I just learned very early that if I was going to be funny, and also because I was cute, that I would be able to like overcome a lot of the teasing and bullying and stuff. If I can make people laugh, then for sure, like they're not going to pick on me. And as soon as I saw that work, I just replicated that through time to this day. And that is a lot of people pleasing. Like, how do I fix this? Like, I'm a fixer. If I can't fix something, I feel like out of control and all those different things. But I don't have that as much now as I did before. Like, I think a lot of it's ingrained. I don't know how to like change it. It's more like it's there. Well, like I can turn it off now. I think that's the difference. Is like before I could not. It was impossible. But now I can be like, I don't know how to help. Can I help? And I can like gear shift right in my brain where I couldn't before. I could be like, is there anything I could do about that? And I'll be like, no. And then I just move on. But before, not possible. Not possible. But now I'm able to stop, look at it, and make a choice. And before I couldn't. And that's since the medication.
Yep.
Yeah. Same for me. Yeah. So like I grew up in a small town. Well, I wouldn't say a small town, like a medium-sized town in the South, right? And so small enough where if one person had a bad opinion of you, then that meant 15 people had a bad opinion of you. And so it was like this rat race to keep up like the good opinions and like people having a good perspective of you, right? And then now I've gotten to the point where I realize that my validation does not come from other people. And if they have a bad opinion of me, it's just their opinion. It doesn't matter because there's 100 people behind them that have a fabulous opinion of me. And those people's opinions matter way more. Kind of those, the old adage about, those who matter don't mind and those who mind don't matter.
Yeah.
Like that just plays in my head all the time.
So true. For free.
The best thing I ever heard growing up was one that my dad would say. And I can say it here because there's, no worries in regards to it. My daddy would always say, opinions are like assholes.
Yes, I love it.
Everybody thinks everybody else's stinks. And that is it's the truest statement in the world. We all have it. We all think what everybody else thinks is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You very rarely see a person say, oh yeah, I agree with you. No. Even if they tell you that to your face, they're lying through their teeth. They disagree with you just because they want to disagree with you. They're being contrary to be contrary, and they just don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Everybody has one. They all stink. It's just.
I
tell Kim that all the time.
Melissa says her dad always says that too.
My granddad used to say that.
It's the best saying in the world, Energy. It is the best saying. I love it. Yep.
It's true though. I mean, look, Kansas City, Missouri in the house.
I love Kansas City, Missouri. My sister lived there for a spell. I actually got the second speeding ticket in my life I got in Kansas City, Missouri.
It's so weird how you remember that. Like, it's just like how your mind is. You'll just be like, this little thing that happened once in this place. And you can like tag onto it, which was, I've been with you 20 years and I know we haven't been there since then. So what, 25 years ago, you're like, that's where I got a second speeding ticket in my life.
Yeah, I was going from the zoo. I was in.
Oh, Kansas City has a great zoo. I love their zoo. They have a fabulous zoo.
Yep. I can't
he's always loved zoos. He's a polar bear guy. He likes the polar bears.
And I bowled out of the parking lot of the zoo. and I got pulled over within like 20 feet by this really pissed off old man. And I got a reckless driving ticket or some crap. Yeah.
Those old men.
Like, he was just grouchy. I mean, it's not my fault he had a piece of crap cop car, and I was driving a souped up muscle car at the time. It wasn't mine, it was somebody else's, but still, it's not my fault. Jealousy should not have played into that. I should not have gotten
Sure, no. Yeah, it's good time to remember good cities and places like that. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm checking our time, so we're at 1:10.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that you have enough time to say anything else that you wanted to say, because that's what we do for all of our community guests.
No, I mean, just, you know, this is a great community. You know, this is a great set of medications. You guys should remember, you know, I know that a majority of you are women, and I know that, you know, y'all get catty. I got 7 sisters, so I can say it. I got over 40 nephews and nieces. I can say it. You know, y'all can take offense if you want to, you know, whatever.
Oh, there's men in this community that get pretty catty too. For sure.
There's just not many men in general in the community, but it's not because they don't exist. It's just because they're not as
I don't get catty, so I don't understand it. But I just want y'all to know, no matter how catty y'all do get, y'all got to remember that y'all have built something amazing. Whether you're talking about the Plus Size, you know, podcast, whether you're talking about just the community that you guys have in general as a whole, or the smaller communities that you guys have together, you guys have made something beautiful. You guys have created a family away from, you know, the natural families that you have, and you guys have a lot of love and a lot of support for each other. And, you know, as a kid growing up, coming from a big family and coming from the country, you know, I was always told, you take care of your family, you love your family, family first, blood first. Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've learned that not everybody has a huge family like that. So you guys develop families, and you guys got to love your developed family, the family that you guys have on here, in the same way. So it doesn't matter what happens, who disagrees with who argues with who, what BS occurs on the app, off the app, over whatever. Because like I said, remember, opinions are like assholes. We all got them, and we all think everybody else stinks. Yep. And when you remember that, you don't take it personal when somebody else has a different opinion than you. It's just, it is what it is. Yep. You know, just accept the difference. Stay strong with each other. Yeah. Y'all can fight any of this if you guys stay strong with each other. You guys can be in front of Congress in a month making changes if you guys stay strong. That's the key to it.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah, don't worry about anything else.
That's what Rosie says. Rosie says about the actors. She's like, strength in numbers.
It is.
That's how you get things. Yeah.
Every time you see something change, it's because a big group of people got together and said enough is enough. Yeah. But it's got to be a big group, and it's got to be a singular voice.
Yeah.
No matter
what. When we go to Congress, Bear Carlos, you're in front. You're the big guy.
That's right, Bear Carlos. You don't want to mess with this guy.
Put the bear out front.
Yeah, that'll be good. Put the bear in the front.
Perfect. Put the bear all the way up front.
We're glad you like the live, Jen. We're glad. We try to keep it uplifting. Every now and then, though, we flip our junk and whine a little bit, because we got to. That's how you process things, right? You got to talk. We got to talk about it.
Sometimes you just have to just unload whatever is kind of weighing you down. Like, you know.
I mean, if I started unloading what weighs
we got a repeat question.
What?
A repeat question. Maybe someone asked a question that we missed. Any advice on how to invest in the future and self with Eli Lilly? Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I'm going to give you the real answer, and I'll give you the answer that you want to hear. Here's the real answer. If you're looking to invest in anything, invest in something that is solid, something that will continuously have a tradable value to it. So coins, gold, firearms, clothes, anything that will be useful forever, that's what you want to invest in. Now, as far as if you want to play in the stock market, which I do not recommend at all, you want to start buying now.
Yeah, buy now.
Because they're low right now. They're going to get high.
Well, they're still pretty high. It's still pretty high right now, but it's
they're at a
gonna get
low
worse.
point. If you like wait till everything's approved for the weight loss and it's all pushed out and they have it on market, the prices are going to double. They're going to get a lot more expensive. So if you actually want to invest because you want to invest, do it now. But if you want to build wealth, do it with stuff that's tangible. And as far as with yourself, ma'am, love yourself first. Always love yourself first. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about anything else. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses, with the Monges, with none of it. Look at yourself and love yourself in each step that you take. Set yourself a goal and love that achievement every time you make it, no matter what it is.
Yeah. I think the thing with the stock market is that like it will always, we can say it's up, but like the way things work is eventually it'll go down. That's just how this works. And then you ride it out or you move on or whatever it is. But like, that's what it is. I mean, you know, so it's up today. And then Matthew said, what? Wait, she says, what?
Wait until the next stock market
crashes and then buy it. Yeah.
You can do
I think it's good, especially with like Reddit's coming out. Like it's if I was gonna do it, which I'm not gonna, but if I was gonna do it, that's probably where I would throw it. You know,
no, my money is no.
That's not true. We both have 401ks, honey. That's what happens.
The only I had that plays in the stock market.
I got news for you. You have stock
in pharmaceuticals.
you have stock in pharmaceuticals. You just don't know it.
Yeah,
I mean, I probably do, but like as a conscious thing, I would never invest money. I'm like the stock market. It's off of people's opinions and their whims. Once again, it comes back to the asshole statement. Why would you want to put your money in a situation that changes based off of that?
I wonder how many people that have Asperger's or that are on the spectrum feel that way about the stock market. I'm curious. We should do a poll.
My husband used to feel.
I'm going to teach you to do a poll on TikTok, and you could see. I'm curious.
My husband used to feel that way. My husband used to feel that way about the stock market. He's not on the spectrum. He has PTSD. But it's always doom and gloom, very doom and gloomy. Yeah. And then when he became a federal employee and he realized, oh, I can invest in this thing called TSP and I can make lots of money off the stock market. And it's like almost risk-free. All right, let's give it a try. He doesn't hate that.
Yeah. It's a different kind of thing.
It is.
Like,
it is.
You know? But like when you gotta like, because I know people, some through my wife and some not, who invested heavily. And
I did.
Yeah, when that crap happened, like what you had was gone. But when you have something tangible, the value of that, it can fluctuate.
Yeah.
But the tradable value of it will never change. People will always love stuff that's shiny. If you have a gold coin or a silver coin or a silver pitcher, whatever, that thing will always trade. And it will always trade for higher than what it is actually worth because somebody's going to want that for something. They're going to want to melt that down and turn that into a ring. They're going to want to melt that down and turn it into something. It will always have value. I'm sorry to get off on a tangent, y'all.
No. It's okay. We do tangents a lot here. I mean, it makes sense. So John, as you mentioned in the beginning, Bear, comes from a big family that all lived on a land they've been on for 100 years. Longer than that, right, honey?
My family's been on that generation, been on that land going back to... Hold on a second.
You don't have to get too specific.
50? Somewhere in the 1600s. My family's been on that land in one form or another. We've owned roughly close to 1,000 acres off of that road.
Wow.
At one point in time or other. I've hunted and fished on every inch of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So because of that, I think there's a lot of like a tangible life, right? Mm-hmm. You see it, you cook it, you eat it. You know what I mean?
You
like
kill it.
You kill it. Yeah. I forgot the killing part.
We can say the K word because we're not on the TikTok tonight.
That's right. You know what else we can say? Mounjaro.
Trizepatide.
Ozempic. Wegovy. We can say it all over here. They're starting to devalue all the hashtags over there.
And it all tastes good. If you're wondering,
Yeah,
possum
it all tastes
skunk
good.
good. Rabbit, snake.
Well, and then your dad was a
Well,
gunsmith, and like just it was all about like things and stuff and like things you could hold and like very tangible life.
Yeah.
So like the whole idea of like stock trading was not something that was part of his like growing up at all, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a different mindset. And I think it's an interesting perspective. So I like
Oh,
having it
I'm
around. What can I
interesting,
say?
to say the least.
Absolutely.
You are very interesting. The reason I married you, legitimately, one of the biggest reasons I married you is because to this day I am never bored. Never. Ever.
Oh
And
my God. I say
every
that
other
all the
man-
time.
Every
I
other man I
say-
ever met, 3 months. I'm done. That's it.
It's like
Good
snooze
luck, you.
fest, right?
Snooze fest. Like, oh my God.
Yep.
But no, I am never bored with him. Like I didn't think it possible. So that's why you're here.
How can you get bored with perfection?
I don't know. It's impossible, I suppose.
You
I
can't
love
get
it.
bored. Everybody wants to be like me. It's okay.
You know, in a lot of ways, that's a little true. Like everybody wants the like, I don't care what everybody else thinks. I'm me. I'm living in my own existence, and so like that's kind of true. You're not wrong.
I mean, it's the freest way to live, but I'll tell you all this too. It has its drawbacks. Because I don't care what other people think, I am really quick to tell a boss exactly what I think about whatever it is that they've said. And I have zero filter. So I'm not going to say it politely. I'm going to say, hey, dumbass, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's just there. So
let's take some community questions before we finish up, because I know our son is we're at 1 hour and 20. I know our son's like, geez, I want to use the TV and stream. It's Friday. So let's take some community questions. We've got one here. Special friend. Pretty hate machine.
I like the name.
Should I switch to Ozempic or tirzepatide compound now that insurance doesn't cover it? I think that's a really good question. The first thing I would say is, which one are you on? And if you can make a seamless transition, like all the better, you know. I would say all compounds are not created equal, and we do have a episode on the plus sides about that. It's what is compound tirzepatide and semaglutide. So check that out, because there are a lot of scams. So make sure that when you're making that decision that you know what to look out for, like what the red flags are, and we talk about them, but we also talk about the good things. We also talk about the misconceptions, you know? So check that one out to start before you make those decisions. But also like figure out where you are on your journey. Like how well have you responded to the one that you're on? Maybe you want to try something different, or maybe you need a Kickstarter to get over because you've been on this one a long time and you stalled for a long time. Like I think those are all really, really good conversations to talk with your doctor about, but it's just going to kind of depend on what your journey's been like so far. That's my answer. What you guys think?
Yeah, I think like if the Ozempic's not working or the insurance doesn't pay for it, look into compounding. John brought up a good point too. Talk to your doctor. See if your doctor can help you sort of vet a really good compounding pharmacy that they trust. Yep. And you know, again, always watch out for the scams. If it seems too good to be true, if there's smoke, there's fire, and run away.
If it's $100, think about it.
Yeah,
and also, you can talk to your pharmacist too. Like your current pharmacist will also help you with that. They're typically involved in the community locally, and they'll know the other pharmacies. They'll know if somebody does compounding. Yeah. They'll know if they're good at it. Like they'll be able to help you.
That's a good point.
Well.
John worked for McKesson for 4 years in the pharmaceutical side of McKesson. So specifically with pharmacies.
They're a tight-knit group of people, actually. It's really interesting. They're very competitive with one another, but they typically know each other very well.
Any other community questions? Let's see. Do we get to anything? Just chiming in, had to emerge. Oh, that's cool. Well, hi. We're glad to see you. Should I worry if I had a shot site reaction for the first time? I would say that it's not necessarily something to worry or panic about, because it's actually kind of common, I've noticed, especially with like the higher doses, Louis. But I would say it's always a doctor conversation, because depending on what that reaction looks like, they can be like, yeah, take a Benadryl, right? Or they can be like, hey, you hit a vein, or whatever it is. Like you could show pictures and have that conversation with them. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. If it's something extreme, if it's like something over and above like a bee sting, like you would know how to handle something that's like a reaction kind of like a bee sting, right? But if it's more than that, then for sure, make sure that you're talking to your doctor.
Yeah,
Let your doctor
good
know what's
gauge.
going on and let them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd also say too, Louis, like I bruise. I'm on blood thinners right now too, though. So like I'll bruise where I do my injection shot. So for me, like if I'm worried about something, I ask myself, does it hurt? And then what's the pain level? And then how weird does it look? Like, if it looks like a bruise, I'm not going to really freak out that much.
The Bear
No.
Carlos gauge of
Never
allergic
bored.
reaction.
I'm
How weird
never
does it
bored.
look?
How weird does it look? That's a good scale.
I love it.
If it's just black and blue, it looks like a bruise. That's okay. But if it's puffy, there's some coloration changing there. You know, if it looks like that green thing that went over my friend Leroy's no, not Leroy, Spencer's dog's eye after it got cut, you go and see the doctor about that because that thing looked like, hard mucus. That's weird. You don't want that on your skin.
I don't like.
Yeah,
when we
it
talk
was a
about mucus.
foxhound. It got this cut on its eye, and that happened. And like
Okay,
it
too
grew
much.
over it, and they spent like $1,500 getting the dog looked at.
This is
And
gross.
which
All right,
trust
new
me,
question.
like,
There is a doc where I live that will begin doing retatrutide study for weight loss, and I put my name. Oh yeah, for October? Really, October? They're doing it in October for weight loss. Do you guys think that though they're going to come to market with retatrutide like specifically for obesity and not even mess with type 2 since they kind of got that locked? What do you think?
I don't know. We'll see.
And then our type 2 friends will have to take it off label. Oh, the tables, how they turn.
Oh goodness.
Not how
Maybe.
they turn. Don't start stuff like that.
Everybody knows I'm kidding, man. They all know me. It's fine.
Ah!
They know I'm kidding.
I was trying to find, there was a really good comment here when Kim was talking earlier about, like when you're touching on how, you're almost at that 20% or whatever. Am I going to lose more? And where is that stinking comment? I can't find it. It was so good. And I wanted to post it so bad. I can't find it. Oh, hold on.
Do you remember what it was though?
It was just encouraging you. Like, I feel like you need to hear that because you give us so much encouragement all the time. And I just I hate when you're like worrying about it yourself because like you're doing amazing.
I know. It's easier to focus on other people than it is yourself.
That's true.
I don't know. Like it for me anyway. But it is true. Like I did go on a live the other day and I knew the answers to my questions. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was tired. I knew I needed water. I was tired. I needed the calories and electrolytes. Like I knew all the things, right?
Yeah.
But I went into a live and I was like, I'm feeling like this today. You know what I mean? And the person on the live was like, you know the answers to all this. And I was like, but I need to hear it from my community too. And so it was nice.
Yeah.
Like I, and I get why they would say that. It makes sense, but at the same time, it was nice to hear that. And then maybe other people, I think it's true. It's like sometimes other people in the room, when I'm asking that question, maybe they don't want to ask it or know to ask it, so it should be like, we should all do that for each other, no matter how far we are down on the journey,
Yeah.
Especially
always kind of like
for us trying.
Always kind of
to
like
do
pay
things.
it. Like for me, it's like about trying to sort of pay it forward, like doing the things for other people that somebody else did for me, being that encouraging or person or, helping somebody, not give up looking for their medication if they can't get it filled at this place or that place. Or I don't know, just trying to sort of pay it back to the next guy. You know what I mean?
Totally. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, don't you worry about that percentage, whatever that comment was. Don't worry about that percentage. You're going to get there. You're going to hit your goals. You'll
I don't even know if I have a goal, to be honest. I think I'm at such a good place and I'd like to get further, but I know I'm not guaranteed tomorrow. So I'm really just trying to enjoy every inch. Like every second.
There it is. I found it. It was Carly. I've lost 36% of my weight. 202 to 126. All of it's been on Mounjaro.
Oh wow,
36% overweight. So you can
well,
do
and then
it
that's
too.
the thing is like I don't even know because I feel like the combination of the two, right, of MJ and Ozempic has gotten me to 20, and now I'm like, well, and I keep hitting stalls, and I'm like, will I lose anymore? Is this it? Is this all I'm capable of? Regardless of what it is I do.
That's the trauma, baby. That's all
That
that
is the
is.
trauma. Yeah, it
That's
is
the
the
trauma.
trauma.
Because you
Yeah.
got to remember the studies and the information that they go off of, all that stuff that you hear about. They're giving you that based off of the generic stuff that they saw
That's true.
in a small sample of individuals that they worked with. And when I say
Yeah.
a small sample, we're talking, 1,000, maybe more, but still, they're going off of the sample size. They did a
Yeah.
study, they got a sample of individuals, they saw how it worked, they averaged out what people lost. So the average person lost 20% of their body weight out of that group. That's just that group. And that group, like, let's be realistic. That was probably 1% or 2% of the total number of people taking the medication.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too, I think it was Dr. Angelina that pointed this out, is that in the study there were not a lot of people that were like in a high weight range.
Yeah.
Like most of the people that were in the study were like 250 and under.
Yeah.
So just, like I said,
It's a good point. Yeah.
everybody's different. You say this all the
Yeah.
time in your lives. Every body, like every actual
Everybody's
physical
body.
body is
Yeah.
different, right?
Yeah.
Everybody reacts differently. Everybody has different results. You can't compare
Yeah.
your results to somebody else's.
It's
Right?
literally
I'm
not
like
possible.
literally
Yeah.
like word vomiting your
I
stuff back
know,
to
I
you,
know, I
right?
know.
Because you
Yeah.
got it. You need to hear it too.
I do need to hear it too. Sometimes I do.
Yeah,
Thank you for telling me,
sure.
friend.
Yeah, always.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Melissa says PCS screws up everything. Yeah. It
Amen
does.
to that.
Yes. Thank you, Tay. What's he say? Kim knows how to squash the drama and be superior. I try. It's funny on the mods that we have such good mods and mods for me, and I know a lot of us. She's so good about. She gives me the ones that like she sort of like gives me a lob. Like she'll be like it's like a soft pitch. Like she knows it's one that I want to address, even if it's like the ones that most people would probably want deleted. Like, I want to talk about it. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because it's not just about the person making the comment, right? It's about the people in the room,
Right. So
But,
you have to know that I took like sort of a cue from you this week. So we had that gal that, made the really terrible video about let's not take the shot. Let's do it the right way and all that nonsense. So anyway, so I kind of took the high road and I just went, okay, so we're going to come from a place of educating you because clearly you have not been taught the facts. So I did. And like, it was okay. It wasn't terrible. I didn't light the world on fire. So that was good.
Yeah, that's okay. But that's the thing is what we have to remember, and that's what's the power of TikTok and the internets and the YouTubes is that all it takes is one other person that's having that thought, right? That's battling, all it takes is that person, hearing that moment, and you saying it when they're in that moment to change everything. Like Rachel's a perfect example. I mean, here we are. A year into this journey. I met Rachel right when I switched from Saxenda to Ozempic. And I met her and I had a day where I ate bad food. And it wasn't awful. It wasn't like I binged or anything like that. I've not done that since. But I haven't done since I started the medicine. And that's binging anything like TV, food, nothing, which is incredibly freeing for me. But I had said something to her. I came to her and I was like, I feel bad. I ate bad food. I made bad choices. I did this. I did that. And in that moment, she said one thing to me. I needed to hear it right then. It was like right on the cusp, of me moving forward or quitting. And she said, food does not have moral worth. So it is amazing. Like when you are in these moments, what you may just hear in a live, right? And that's why it's like so powerful, because we have to help each other. We really are. Really, the only people looking out for us in our community is us.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we have to look out for each other. That's for
okay.
sure.
So the other one about the percentage was from my cousin Connie. She said 20% is only an average, and you're not an average chick, Kim.
That is factual. I have legit nothing average about me. So that is factual. Thank you, Connie. Lovely comment. Appreciate it so much.
Oh, and she also just pointed out a lot of the people in the studies did not incorporate lifestyle changes. We're all doing that.
Yeah, we're all
Right?
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people aren't. Well, some people say they're not exercising, but that doesn't mean they have made other changes. Like a
Yeah.
lifestyle change of not binging anymore is a big deal. A lifestyle change of feeling better and walking places instead of, taking the car or, or whatever it may be, or riding a bike or when you go on vacation. Like all of those are lifestyle changes, like, I mean, I've completely changed my life for sure.
Yeah.
Although I'm
The
really
little things
tired and
count.
it's hard to find the exercise time lately since the podcast.
That's what
but it's 2
pre-workout's
jobs.
for. John, go buy her
Gotta
some
do something.
pre-workout tomorrow.
What's a pre-workout?
It's
What's a
basically
pre-workout?
like Monster in powder form, and you mix it in water. It tastes really good. People drink it before they go work out because they want to work out after they get off work and they're tired. So it gets them all jacked up, so they want to go work out.
Well, that'll
I'm
show
gonna go see a
really
friend
fun.
in the hospital tomorrow. Maybe eat some, wings over at Sidelines. I don't.
Do you Amazon order some on Amazon? Better yet, it's okay. I'll do it. I'll send her some pre-workout.
I mean, if you want to send her the link for it, go for it.
No, I'll just buy it and send it to her.
No, Lydia, you will not.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll, man. Seriously, ask my sister. After we got home from vacation, I mailed her a bottle of magnesium glycinate, and she's like, "What is this for?" And I was like, "You said you're not sleeping good. Take it."
Yeah. Does it help?
She's sleeping
Does it help
good.
with sleep?
She's sleeping good now. She's sleeping. She's a judge. She's got important shit to do, man. She's got to get good sleep.
Got to sleep. Speaking of sleep,
if she's a judge, help. Give her my email. I have a lot of thoughts on different cases and how she can, judge on those.
She's fantastic. She's a rock star. So she is a magistrate judge in her county, and she's also an attorney. She can't be an attorney in her county. Clearly, that's a violation of interest or whatever. Yeah, but she's also an attorney, and so she works in other counties. They live in Georgia. They live. Yeah.
Oh, fun! So, yes, I need their information. Yes.
I'll hook you guys up so you could. You actually could go sit in her court. She'll let you sit in the jury. She'll let you sit in the jury box and watch.
Oh, he would love that. He was a juror recently, and I have never seen him so happy. He left the day and he had his little juror sticker on. He was like, I took a picture. He was like beaming. I get to be a juror.
So when we went on vacation, that was the highlight of Clint's vacation, is sitting in the jury box watching my sister preside over a magistrate court. And he was just so excited and so happy. I mean, I was like very proud of her.
Of course.
Ever since I was a little girl, she always said, I'm going to be a lawyer, but Lydia, I want to be a judge. I'm going to be a judge someday.
Yeah.
And she is. She
That's
did
cool.
it.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes. Hook us up so I can sit. Yes. Because I got jury duty in like 2 weeks. I'm really looking forward to it.
You got to fill out your survey. Did you fill out your survey?
Yeah.
He just wants to get picked again.
See, we're the opposite, John. See, like for me, I'm the guy that's like saying the super extreme stuff in jury selection so that they send me home. Because I don't want to do it.
I want to get picked. My problem is I want a good trial. My last one was drunk driving. I need something juicy.
John wants to be on like a Federer murder trial.
Yeah, he does. Something. He does.
Yes.
That would be like his dream come true.
Like racketeering.
But the amount of masking that you would have to do, though, honey, like you would be so exhausted.
I would.
So I was going to say this earlier. In our house, what we call that when you're really tired from the masking, we call that being overstimulated.
Oh yeah,
we do too.
So, and Clint will say, "It's time. Yeah. I'm overstimulated. Yeah. I just I need my space."
Yeah, we call it getting extra. That's what we call it. So, are you extra?
Yeah.
And we're
like I'm in the basement right now. So I'll because Fridays are typically a burnout day for me, and she knows that. Yeah. So I come downstairs. I play my video games. I hide from the rest of them.
And I do podcast stuff.
And she does podcast stuff. And I
take care of everything else.
Yeah, she takes care of I can't anymore. But she can tell you
it's what you're capable of doing. You do other things outside of that when I'm not capable. Like we have to lift each other up.
I hit the bottom and I'm not a pleasant person in any way, shape, or form.
That's true. But you help in other ways. It's not like you just check out forever. Like as soon as you're better, then you re-engage and you contribute and you help and you come on my podcast and it's good. All right, let's wind down. Me too. I hope everybody liked it. But it was just we just thought we'd do something a little bit different. It was Lydia's idea. But honestly,
It
these
was
lives on Friday,
wasn't this birthed in like my TikTok live? Isn't
I
that what
think
this
so.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We came to your
love it.
TikTok live and you
Yes.
were like, no, John should come and he should talk about this, this, and that. And you were like, I want to do it. I want to do it. And then
Yeah,
Louie, you still owe me a message because we're picking out when yours is. So I have not seen
absolutely.
your DM. Sup
Well,
with
I
that.
had somebody on my side for once. I never have anybody on my
I
side.
think Lydia kind of like
That's not
just picks up what
true.
you're putting down. I think she just like
I
gets you.
do. I think it's just because John and my husband are so much alike.
Similar, yes. Yeah.
Very similar. And so like our marriage vibes on whatever the wavelength is that your marriage vibes. And so I just
Yeah.
maybe that's why I get it. I don't know.
I think so. I think
Tell
so.
him to. I don't think he's emailed me. She sent you my email. Tell him.
I have it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I will.
Have
will.
him email me. Me and him can become buddies, and then when you guys move here,
You guys will be hunting buddies when we move there, right?
we'll go
Yes.
hunting together.
God,
I love
be
it.
like Lucy
We'll
and
take
Ethel.
our dogs. He can help me figure out how to get my dog to stop barking at other dogs. Because I went into a live today and the lady was like, "Oh no, your dog is just hyper fixated." And I'm like, "Hyper."
If you guys ever want to be entertained, follow John on TikTok. And when he is in other people's lives, it is a show. It is a whole show.
Or his duets. Oh my gosh, he blasts people. He puts people on blast on MTV.
You know what though? Most of the ones I've seen, they deserve it. For sure.
I have little problems, you know. I have little.
He likes to do it when he's in the bathtub.
Oh, that's funny.
I do. I
That's
love
funny.
to do. Yeah, 'cause I'm relaxing when I'm in the bathtub.
Chilling, and
And-
he's
and
like,
it's
"Let me
kind
tell
of-
you why you're a dumb."
And I like it.
Well, he's like hanging out in his bathtub.
And sometimes I'll do a live and I'll say something that I know is completely wrong, just so I can aggravate the people
Yeah, I
who are
believe it.
doing the live.
We have those
Yeah.
people in our life. Is it you?
No,
You
not
like
in
those
yours.
people.
No,
Okay.
I I
Just
go
saying.
on lives where people are talking about like dogs. Like I went on
Yeah.
a live today about
And then
people
you'll
talking
just like
about pit
drop
bulls
something.
areas and about how they're naturally dog aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh no, I can play with this.
You have a weird button pushing thing. It's weird. It's really annoying. Could you work on that?
It's the impulse control. Like
It is
I deal
impulse
with that with
control.
Clint. There's very little impulse control at
Yeah.
all. And then after it happens, as the spouse, you're left explaining like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is what you did, but this is like the reality. Like this is the
Yeah,
other
for
side
sure.
of the photo that you didn't see when you did the thing.
Yes,
Right.
totally.
And then you're
Yeah,
like
I
stuck
do think
going,
I do think his impulse control in general was really getting better on
mhm,
Ozempic. Like I think now he's
mhm.
transitioning, like he's only on 7.5 of Mounjaro, right? But so he went from 1 to 5, right? And now he's going to 7.5. So I think we'll kind of get back to where we were, but he could stop and gear shift. Like I was talking
Mhm.
about, he could do that. He would go, like at one point he lost his temper and he goes, wait a minute. I just want you to know that I'm upset and it actually has nothing to do with you and I need to work on it and I'm cool and I'm sorry. And I was like,
Mhm.
what just happened? Like, you
Mhm.
know, so it does help. It does help, I think.
I don't like
You know?
It does.
my impulse being controlled. I
I know
prefer
you don't.
the
I know you don't.
natural flow of
Oh,
But
you
wouldn't you
still
say
do it.
wouldn't you say it's better though if you have at least if you have impulse control at home with your family and like the people you're closest with, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like strangers, like I said, their opinion, it is
I
what
mean,
it is.
it's a little good and it's a little bad. You don't understand. Her buttons
He
are
says it's
the
me.
biggest and the reddest buttons in the world, and they're so
Uh-huh.
fun.
Yeah, but
They're
don't
They're
you
fun?
want to stay
Did
married?
you just say they're fun?
He'll be like,
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
You do
He's a
not
button
know.
pusher.
Oh boy.
You do
Oh,
not
yeah.
know.
You
I
are
can-
too much like my husband. Way too much.
I can get her going in under 5 minutes and like full blown red faced. Like you guys see her, she's really calm.
Yeah.
I can turn that all off in under
That's so
5
true.
minutes and have her
Legitimately,
See,
I
I
don't
have
get
a
mad
new-
at anything like I get mad at him.
I have a new
It's a whole
thing.
nother
So like
level. Supersonic.
Clint calls it like getting my goat. So I
Uh-huh.
have this new thing. I have a new tagline. When he does that and I recognize that that's what he's doing, I look at him and I go, "Are you entertained?" And he just goes, like, then he realizes, "Oh shit, she's on to me."
I love it. I'm gonna incorporate
Yes.
it.
Yes. Are you entertained? For
I'm
sure.
totally entertained. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's double check. Let's double check. We addressed any community questions that were sitting out there, and then we'll wrap it up because it's kind of late and I feel bad. But okay, just it looks like people just
Cheers to no
you guys see
impulse
any-
control. Tay said.
Yeah, cheers
Tay
to
would
no
say
impulse
that.
control.
Tay will pop in my live and she's like, "Trouble's here." I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Dad
Mickey
wanted me
Lynn
to
said
select a
something good.
video.
She said marriage isn't about giving 100% all the time. It's about being 100% together. Like when you
That's
guys
true.
were talking about, you know,
Yeah.
being there for each other when you can't do
Yeah.
it for yourself.
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah.
We
But I mean, don't get me wrong. We were never this great. Like this has been, it's really been since 2020 that we've done more work in our marriage than we've ever done. And just
Yeah.
like being like, hey, who are we now? And we're at the table and what does life look like? And what do we want it to look like for the next 20 years, you know? And we've done a lot of work and a lot of therapy to get here. We were nowhere near as good as this before.
I
that.
feel like COVID was like the ultimate marriage equalizer. Like COVID either made your marriage great or
Yeah.
you were in divorce court.
Yeah,
Because-
sure. So I wonder what the stats are. I bet the stats.
Okay, so let me. You know what I do for work. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I do for work. I talk to 25 people a day that are actively going through a divorce.
Wow,
Yes.
that sucks.
Yeah, it's really
Divorce
bad.
is 7. Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
It is for
You
sure.
right.
But yeah,
they want to sell out from underneath the other spouse for really cheap.
stop.
Yes, there are plenty.
We got lots of
plenty.
love bombs saying how much they love
Anybody
us.
has
We
any
love you
firearms
too.
they're
We love
wanting
you
to sell
too.
really cheap, let me know. I'm just saying.
All right.
All right. All right. Now this is
Or one
when
of
you know
those
what we
really
need to
fancy
do when
pins.
we have times like this, when we have our impulsive friends on. We need Oscar music. So everybody knows we were talking for
Wrap
almost 2
it up.
hours. Let's
Wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up. We can talk forever about this. We know, but we gotta wrap.
John, we have to get off the podcast so you can go play your video games.
That's
If we
right.
don't
Oh,
get off the
shit, that's
podcast,
right.
Yeah, I need to race. I
Yes.
have to race today.
Okay,
Oh.
go race. Go race. I will exit you and you can go race. Thank you so much for joining the conversation with us tonight, Bear Carlos.
You're very welcome.
AKA
No.
out the child.
No.
Okay. You're not even gonna say it.
No,
That's not fun.
I'm not.
You're mean. Fine. I don't like you anyway.
I
As I say to everybody, I love you back. Woo! Kick from
Too
studio. Oh, that was a good conversation. It was good to hear.
That
Some
was
things
great.
because I asked him, I was like, can you like tell me what you're gonna say before you
Mhm.
say it? Buddy, get out. I'm on air. He doesn't let on the internet. And I was like, can you just tell me? Because like I'm nervous. And he goes, I won't embarrass you. I won't embarrass you. I'm like, are you sure? Because he's impulsive.
He didn't want to
So-
tell you because he knew he was going to get all emotional, and you were going to get emotional.
I guess. Or maybe he just didn't know. I think he kind of been mulling it over. He's an introvert, you know, kind of
Mhm.
mulling it over and decided he was going to say. But yeah, that got hard. It got me good. So,
It got me. He's not my
Yeah.
husband, and it got me,
yeah,
girl.
It got me good.
And
It's nice
everybody
to
was
hear
in the
those
chat
things.
going, John, you're making us cry.
Yeah, it was good.
It's amazing. It's good to hear like the spouse's perspective though, and to like see that
I
change.
think it is. I've
'Cause,
seen
like, we
some
don't see
people
it.
going on the journey together. I see people every now and then, but they don't post like a lot or post together. They're more like updates as opposed to like what's this doing to my relationship. That would be a really good episode on the podcast. Like
For
what is a
sure.
relationship like and digging into that. We could have like a relationship counselor maybe that takes
Mhm.
GLP-1s. I do have an addiction episode that has been booked and is coming up. It's going to be
I
great.
love it. I love
It's
it.
going to be really exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited. Now we just got to go get Dr. Oz. We got to get Lauren from the Housewives.
Lauren
We've got
Manzo,
other
yeah.
people. Yep, we've got one other that is actually on a Bravo show that's going to be coming on the
I
podcast.
love it.
We have some good stuff coming, and you guys are getting like because the ones they're hanging out with us. You're our loyal peeps. We've got some good stuff coming.
She's
Got
throwing
some
the
good stuff
crumbs
coming.
like Rapunzel. You guys are getting
That's right.
She's throwing the
There
crumbs.
you go. Crumbs. So everything's
love
got to get
it.
all checked out. Everything's got to get all checked out. But like I am on the hunt. And you know when Dinosaur Monkey Farts is on the hunt, go get it. Go get
That's
it.
right. That's right.
And once I find it,
receive.
and when I find it, I will tag everybody and be like, I need you guys all to tag these people so they come and notice us over here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
All right. We'll wrap it up.
All
yeah,
right.
we were thinking Dr. Oz. We were thinking he's controversial. He recently has been talking about weight. He's actually talked about weight for a long time. He is not all West. He's not all Western medicine. He considers other things. Like, look, like I think perspectives and doing things differently is a good part of the conversation. You know, I think it's a conversation.
Well, and he's somebody that like sort of his perspective has changed. Like I think when GLPs really first started coming to the forefront, he was like kind of like, and then now he's coming out and going, okay, well, the science is there now.
The
like,
science
you know,
is
this
there.
is working for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
I agree. I like people that evolve because that's what we're trying to do with the podcast. We're trying to evolve. We're trying to change the narrative. So I like the idea of it. Let's see how it goes. I sent him some TikToks and some Instas, so we'll see if I can catch him. We'll let you guys know as we start booking them as soon as we do. Okay, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe if you don't already. Okay, it's
absolutely
free. It's free to subscribe. We do not gate knowledge. Okay, but we love you and thank you so much for the support. Oh, and our special shout outs before we go. Sabrina, thank you so much, and Tay, thank you so much. And
Bear's back. You can't kick him out now.
He says, how rude. All right. Thank you so much for our super chatters. We appreciate it so much. The donations help us so much with the cost of the podcast. So thank you. And everybody have a great night. And
thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
You don't have a sign off, Lydia. What's going to be your sign off?
Lead
with
love.
Do you have an NSV? What was it?
Lead with love. That's what I've been saying lately. All these controversial people clap back, but lead with love.
Lead with love. I love it.
Yeah.
That's yours. That's your classic. Mine's boring. Good. It's hasta la pasta.
I love that though. I don't think that's boring at all. I love it.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. You guys, you're not alone. It's not your fault. And we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
I'm going to play our going out music. Here it comes. That's catchy as hell. That's catchy as hell.
I love
I'm going to do a voiceover. I'm going to have a voiceover next. That's my next, whenever I find time. Because I want the people who listen to the audio version to be able to hear it, and they can't. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right. We love you guys. Bye.
Have a great night. Bye, guys.